Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Gustavo Schattenhofer from SEIDOR Analytics. I would like to welcome you to this Agile Planning and Budgeting with SAP Analytics Cloud webinar, and thanks for participating and being here again. We are thrilled about this event and to have you here on board. So just a note about our session today. As Analytics told you before, your microphones will remain mute and cameras off during the event, but of course you can use the Q&A chat or the panel on your side. So we will be answering those questions during the session along with the session, and of course we are going to have a Q&A session before the end. So let me make a quick review on the agenda that we have for you today. So after this introduction, we will take a quick glance about SEIDOR Analytics and what we do. Then we are going to dive directly into an overview of the analytics solutions so you can have a better understanding on how you can get all the cloud analytics features you might need nowadays. And also moving forward, we will discover how we can create different financial and operational plans in the same solution or the same platform to drive better decisions with integrated plans, including in this part, we will also make a demonstration on the solution considering our experience. And finally, there will be a space, as I mentioned before, for a Q&A session. And just in case we run out of time, we will open also a team sessions at the end, just in case anyone would like to continue with the conversation or discussion about what we are going to offer today, or what you are going to see today. Okay. So I won't be doing all this alone today, of course. So let me introduce the rest of our panel that is going to participate today. Guillermo Perales, who is our pre-sales engineer, and will be guiding us through the demonstration and telling us about the futures of SAP Analytics Cloud. Hi, Guille, how are you?
Hello, fine, thank you.
Okay, great. And also with us is Cody Carlson. He's our account executive from SEIDOR Analytics. He will be with us to help you with this presentation. Hello, Cody, how are you?
Good, Gustavo. Nice to be here, and thanks everyone for joining.
Okay, great. So now I leave you, Cody, to move forward with the presentation, and you can start from here.
Sure. If you want to go ahead and move to the next slide. So thanks, Gustavo, and again, thanks everybody for joining. We're really excited to be here today, but just before we get into the demo that Guillermo is going to walk you through, we thought it would be good just to give you a quick background of who SEIDOR Analytics is and how we help our customers. So to start, SEIDOR Analytics, we're part of SEIDOR Group, which is a platinum partner with a global presence, a platinum SAP partner. We specialize specifically in all things data. So from business intelligence, predictive analytics, big data, performance, data management, and data governance, you name it, we specialize in that whole bucket of SAP data solutions. Around the globe, as far as analytics consultants go, we have 180 certified SAP consultants across multiple industries that are in these consultants are specialized, within each industry. And as far as our customer base goes, we've delivered over 280 projects at this point and have over 500 happy customers around the world. So this is a little bit about just who we are at a high level, Gustavo, if you want to go to the next slide. Okay, so here, this is just a quick picture of our awards and recognition that we've won directly from SAP. Over the last few years, we've been fortunate enough to be nominated and awarded multiple awards from SAP as a Pinnacle Award winner. And for those of you who aren't familiar with what a Pinnacle Award is, it's basically, I don't know, a Grammy or an Oscar award in the SAP partner space. So there are 21,000 partners globally, and we've been able to win 22 awards over the last 4 years, with 2 of those being the top performance partner in the Americas, as well as the analytics and insight partner of the year. So 2 things we're really proud of, and something that we thought it would be worth showing everyone. So Gustavo, if you want to move to the next slide, please. Sure. So here, just a few of our solutions. So like I mentioned earlier, we specialize in all things data within the SAP space. So every data solution that SAP enables their customer with, we basically have a solution to get it out to our customers, quicker, via deployment options or whatever it might be. But as far as data information goes, we specialize basically in the whole suite of data. We understand that analytics isn't just what you see in a dashboard, but there are things that happen on the back end too that also need to be accounted for. So you'll see here just 5 solutions that we enable our customers to be able to hit their goals with their data in their organizations. The next slide, please, Gustavo. Sure. And just lastly, obviously today this webinar is about agile planning and budgeting within SAC. So we'll talk a little bit more specifically about the financial planning aspect of analytics within SEIDOR. But we also do cover all of the aspects within financial reporting that you would see in a financial department, from consolidation to management consolidation, as well as cost accounting. So that being said, I'll move it on to Guillermo if you want to go ahead and share your screen and get us going with the presentation.
Okay, thank you, Cody. Please, Gustavo, move to the next slide. Okay. Of course, we are specialists in a lot of solutions on BI and so on from SAP and even from other vendors. But today we are going to focus on SAP Analytics Cloud. Okay, what is it? Well, this is the solution for data visualization from SAP. It's important to say that this is one great BI tool because here, as we can see, we have like 3 pillars for that compounds this tool. We can use the BI part, let's say, the business intelligence solution that it's intended to of course to make the visualizations, and it's a kind of very friendly user, and all the charts and so all the visualizations are very user friendly, and we can have these explorations through the organization and the data, the intuitive self-service features and comparisons and so on. Also, we have the second pillar, let's say, this interactive planning, that it's the session that we are going to see later on. What's the one great thing of this, that we are still using the same tool, okay? SAP Analytics tool, Analytics Cloud. It's not only the tool for BI, but the planning tool also, and it has a lot of capabilities in this. And also, not less important, let's say, we have also the third pillar, let's say, this AI on predictive analytics or augmented analytics, that it's also included in the tool, that it's having this machine learning or AI or artificial intelligence part, that it's going to push our business even further with some forecastings, automatic forecastings, even with some smart insights for our business. So that's let's say how the tool has these capabilities, these general capabilities. Please, Gus, can you move for the next one? Okay. Well, today we are going to talk, of course, about this planning capabilities. Also, of course, we are going to see some features for the BI, even for the augmented analytics, because those are from the same solution, let's say. So here in the planning and budgeting challenges, usually, we have this system that doesn't allow us to make a good job sometimes, because we are making this time to time or very manually, right? And we sometimes lost the track, right? So here we see like we have to make important efforts and with many exposed to human errors, right? And also we have sometimes a lot of data sources that are involved in the process, and we lost the track of the Excel files typically, and they are going to hand in hand, and we lost the tracking in which one is the last version on the valid version, let's say. So SAC or SAP Analytics Cloud is going to solve for trying to help us in these challenges. We can move, please, Gus. Thank you. So focusing in this planning solution, typically this is the structure of the planning exercise we do in our business. We can cover all the modules. We have those two, let's say, these two sides, the important sides, and the P&L and the cash flow thing, let's say. And of course, in the middle, we have sales, income, costs. For example, even we can plan for the HR department. Also, we can have planning for taxes, equity balance, payments. All this stuff is it's going to be covered in an easy manner. Let's say with SAP Analytics Cloud. Please move for the next slide, Gus. So. Once we have all this architecture like covered, all the modules, all the planning sites that we want to implement in our solution, we want to point out this value proposition itself is not only about let's say technicalities, but of course helping us in the process, right? So we have a lot of layers covered. For example, we have from bottom to up to the upper part. We have with this communication part with the tool. We can share our work with our colleagues. Also, we can have this consolidation of the information, right? Because it's automatic and it's also in the same place, right? And all the data is like centralized. Let's say we have this single point of trust, right? Over that, we can make the analysis. That's the point. That's what we want. Finally, we like to have this business analysis, not to fight too much, let's say, with the tool, no? So, and finally, we have these reporting capabilities, of course, and we can also make the information available for all the colleagues and easily with simple clicks. Right, it's familiar to use. We have this unified solution. Also, we can track who is responsible of the planning solution we are developing. Of course, we can focus on the business processes, not that much in the tool itself or involving the IT team, typically. And also, it's kind of a scalable solution. Please, Gus, move to the next. Yeah. This far, I'm going to share my screen, and we are going to start to see the solution itself. So
okay.
let me
stop sharing, so I will give the control to you back.
Sure. Okay. Sure, Gus. Thank you so much.
Have it there.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to try sharing. Let me. Okay. Okay. I think you are seeing right now.
Yes, we see.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Here what are we seeing? We are seeing the tool. Okay, this is a web browser. In fact, it is Google Chrome. That it's the browser recommended by SAP. So let's move onwards. Here we are seeing let's say the demo, the home landing page. We can see here we have a menu in the left. We can see also this calendar. For example, here we are seeing this BPF, or let's say business process flow. That of course it can be configured 100%, determining steps in the budgeting and distributing responsibilities. Okay, we are seeing some tasks. We are, for example, entering some issues in the operating expense, for example, load. And of course, we can see here some of the features in the calendar. For example, we can see the dates, when this task is going to start and when it's going to end, who is, some context for the model who is involved, sorry, and also with the people who is involved in the process itself. We can also add reminders on, or even set some additional info, because it's kind of important to have this tracking right in the planning task. Here we are seeing I'm going to jump to the dashboard itself. Okay, we are seeing some capabilities this is like for the BI tool, but also we have merged this, for example, here in this table, we have the planning itself embedded, let's say, in the chart. In the table here, we can see, for example, we can, of course, move the time intervals or making some filtering or moving to the next. For example, I'm going to move to the next tab. Here we can see the revenue tab. So we are going to get deeper in the detail, and let's say we are trying to make some additional analysis. For example, here we have these pie charts. We are seeing just over in the mouse over the charts. We can do this smart, for example, this smart insight. Here we can see that this is like automatic. Okay, from the SAP Analytics Cloud. I mean, we just did this clicking the smart insight, and this insight for the business purposes is showing just automatically. I mean, I didn't program this anyhow. The chart is just shown, and then I just click this smart insight, and the machine is retrieving this additional business analysis. Okay. For example, we can see how these figures are behaving in time. Okay, or how they are evolving in time. Okay. For example, we can move to the next tab. Here we are seeing the expenses tab. Of course, we have a table. And then we can go, we can drill down the hierarchies. For example, if we have these, as you can see, these, let's say, these figures, or depending on the level of opening that we have for the data. Also here, as you can see, we are again having these smart insights embedded in the chart just with a simple click. And this is natural language processing that it enables us to see even more on the analysis of this on this chart. For example, we don't have the time, and here we can see how this is evolving, for example, through March or February months, and it's going to point out some even more features. Okay, for example, also for the scatter plot, and we can see here a scatter plot. There we can, of course, make some filtering. For example, I'm going to exclude this value because it's like deforming, let's say, our analysis. And then I have more detail for the rest of the values. And then I can see how all the languages, this natural language processing, this smart insight is changing again and recalculating, let's say, when the filtering changes, no matter what chart we are working with. Okay. For example, I'm going to go to this map. Okay. Let me show you some map capabilities also. Here, I want to point out that we have also included this map features inside the tool. We don't need any additional licensing. So, for example, if we do have this latitude and longitude in the data model, let's say, these coordinates, we can make an interactive analysis in the map. For example, I'm filtering. As you can see, for example, I'm going to filter South America, let's say, and we can see that all our charts are going along with the filtering. Okay, for example, now I'm going to switch to the expenses planning tab. Okay, here is let's say the core that we want to show you today. All these capabilities are, let's say, more related to this BI analysis, but of course it has it makes completely sense with the also with the planning capabilities, right? For example, here we have this planning tool, this planning table, sorry, and also we have the charts that are going along with the table. For example, if we see here, we have these maintenance expenditures and so on. For example, we can filter, or we can select. For example, I'm going to go there. Okay. For example, I'm going to set February, let's say. Let me do the, okay, let me, sorry, here. Okay, also we have this version story, this let's say this version management. What does it mean? Okay, we have several versions, we can have it. Okay, we have these two, these private and these public versions. And what does it mean? We have this actual budget, for example, version, and also more version even for each of the users that are working here. And for example, we can also make a copy. I'm going to copy the version, one of the versions that I like. For example, let's say this one, this version 3. For example, if you see here, I can copy all the data, make some adjustments. I would like to have this budget version copied to version number 3, let's say, for me to work in there. And then if you see there, the version 3 is just a private version now. Okay. Then I'm going to make some adjustments here in the figures. For example, I'm going to set here a value, and then if I just go to February, we can see that it's impacting also the year figures, for example, and also the maintenance expenses. It's capable of detecting, let's say, the hierarchy and let's say allocating the changes depending on the values. Okay. For example, here we can see also the some other level. For example, here we can, for example, set a number or just make an increase. For example, due to a percentage we would like to. For example, 15% I did that way, or even I can here, for example, make another allocation. If I don't like to make this as a general thing as I did before it was like distributing the value depending on the previous values, okay, depending on the weights, like it's like this related to the weight. But if I prefer to go to specific distribution, I can go to this wizard, for example. As you can see here, we have, or I have some recommendations. For example, I can select, I don't know, let's say this, yes, I think I can go into, well, let me select this. I'm going to select these 4 months. Okay, I'm going to also, let's say, I switch to override the values. Okay, maybe, well, first I'm going to select the weights. Okay, we can make, for example, this equality, but I'm going to make for weights. And then I can distribute the values I was entering, this increase I did before, in order to have this 100%. For example, this way 10, let's say, and 70, for example. And we can process the figures. As you can see here, the figures are set. For example, we can do the modify, and then we can confirm that the values have changed. Okay, here we can see how the chart is responding, and also what are the figures that has changed. For example, another example that I can do here, I'm going to select 2 months, for example, those 2 months, I'm going to lock these cells. And let's see, I'm going to switch, because here you are seeing this is the whole year, and it's like spread all along the 12 months. I'm going to modify this value. Let's say, let's increase it, and you can see here that only the values that are not blocked are changing. Okay, it's loading. Sorry, here. Okay, and so here we block here those 2 cells, and it distributed the values as we desired. For example, if now I select this December month, that we see that we have no value, we have 0 value, and I would like to have this forecasting. Okay, I'm going to perform a forecast for this month, so I can see how the tool is going to suggest. I'm sorry, I did the wrong thing. Let me do again. Forecast. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's wait. I'm going to set some forecasting for this December month, because I do not have any values. I'm sorry. For example, let's say I'm going to select here. Yeah, this should be okay. Okay, and also this version. Okay, now we see that. Let me check. Okay, now we see that it's selected the December month. So if we perform here, we can make this preview. Sorry. Machine is going to retrieve some forecasting. Okay. Okay, great. We have here the forecasting. You can see there all the time series. You can see also the shadow, this shadowed zone area at the end of the year. That it's the forecast itself. And if I like the numbers, let's say I like it, we can accept the forecasting. Let's see here what it happens. So it's loading, and there we have this this figure, right? For example, and we can also here go to this history, right? Here, this is we have the control for what we have been done, what we have working in. Okay, we can go backwards and onwards. For example, I'm going to select I don't know 3 or 4 steps backwards. Let's say now. Okay, and let's see if I close, how you see there how the charts are reloading. Let's say, and again I have again this December month here also to 0 back. Okay. So that's great to have all this stuff in just in one tool, in one table, going backwards and onwards. Okay, let's move to the next tab. Let's say this is focus for human resources. This is an HR tab. So now we are going to simulate some FTE and some average salary, for example, working with those. Here you can see that we have this PQ system, okay, this P multiplied by Q type of calculations, and we have also these capabilities. Of course, we are switching, for example, for those who are not related or that not very that have not much knowledge about HR, those FTE at least are those our workers, our employees, and we are also switching with the salary just to play how this is changing and see what we have for the planification, for the planning. Okay, for example, also we can go here for the P&L. Let's say we do have also a table, and also we have this hierarchy working. For example, I'm going to go to this simulation part. Let's say we have here, for example, this value driver tree. And we can set here some years or some values. For example, I have this year, and this is impacting through the rest of the tree, let's say. And for having this what if analysis scenario, right? For example, I can increase this percentage in the figures, so we can see both in the table and also in the tree how this is impacting our business through all the hierarchy, right? And finally, here we have this also forecasting embedded also in the table, right? For example, if I go to the budget version and see here we have the budget and also for all the months, we can see here how we can select different time, and also we can go for the next cutoff bounds. As you can see here, I have in this case the actual version comparison with the version number 3. I can set all the comparisons that I need with all the versions that I'm working on. Even with my colleagues, they can share with me, I can share with them. And also I can have this, for example, this comment, right? Some colleague is making a comment in a cell in a specific data for me, for example, to review, right? But let me go back to the calendar. Let me switch here to this forecast. Here we can see also some switching or some value modified for seeing this gross sales modification. For example, also we can see the quantity in this case by pounds, right? I can make an increase, in this case, for example, let's say 5%, and I go to this gross sales stuff, and we can see how all the charts are also changing. If I don't like the values, for example, I can go to this gross sales percentage, and also we can see how this is modifying. Even if I like to make a deeper dive in the data, how it's done, I can go for this Smart Insight, and it is showing me how these gross sales figures are calculated. Also, I can add some forecasting in the time series. For example, again, we can see the shadowed zone, not only for the planning purposes, but also for the BI purposes, as you can see here, for this time series that is like forecasting our data. Okay, and let me do a small thing. Let me check here. I'm sorry. I'm going to switch. Now what? Sorry.
Sorry, we have a question here. So in the meantime, while you change, we can.
Yeah, I can switch in the browser.
And the question is, how do we compare, taking into consideration our experience, performance, and speed of complex data actions involving big amounts of data in SAC planning versus the classic SAP SAP BPC, for example? Okay. So there is of course, we are considering different kind of solutions. One is on premises and the other one is 100% in cloud. But the good thing is that in terms of the planning process and what we can achieve nowadays with SAC planning, it's really, really powerful. I think that we have SAP HANA on the background, so there is a lot of things that can be made there directly using the power of HANA. And there is also there have also been some improvements in terms of the SAC planning and the scripting that you can do, considering the different complex or the complexity of each processes that you can now work like or similar to what BPC can do. And the other thing is it's web. Yes, it's 100% web, but you can also connect your Excel through the platform to work directly on an Excel file. I don't know if you are going to get to see some about that, Guille, but that's something that we can discuss after that.
Yes, well, I'm going to show just maybe
just a little bit. Yeah, we don't have that much time. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. But of course, I fully agree with all the words that you said. Let me show you before the time expires. Just a bit, maybe it helps you somehow. I'm going to show some for this Excel stuff. Okay, maybe after we can also discuss. Let me go there before the time runs out. Here we can see also the calendar. Okay, and we can plan the tasks itself. Okay, what I'm going to do, let me go there as you were checking this. I'm going to make some modifications here again. Okay, and let me show you how this is also changing. Okay, I did some modifications here before. I'm going to do it again for you to check. Okay, some extra capabilities and see here how this is changing. Okay, also for we can play. Okay, we can play with all the figures to see, for example, set a fixed value instead of this increasing or decreasing. And also we can compare with all our charts here, right? And also, for example, again, I can see here how this is done. Okay, this calculation, for example, and let me show you. For example, here, let me go there. And I would like to add some forecast. Okay, we did this before. Let me check this. Okay, and also we have these capabilities to make this more in the detail. Okay, I did it before. I'm just preparing again. And then here, because I want to show you how to add members. Okay, this is a very powerful capability. For example, here that we are seeing some products instead of these GL accounts and so on. Now here we are seeing this product, let's say, side of planning version. And now I'm in Leaf, let's say, adding a new product and setting some figures. And then the tool is adapting all the charts to the new situation. Okay, this is a very powerful capability. I really like it because it's very, very easy to add a new product, for example. And there we can also merge with this Excel file. At least we are going to see some about related maybe with the question. If not, we can also discuss it later. But let me go there. I'm going to share here. Let me go there. Okay, I'm connecting. Okay, the Excel, as you can see, Excel, Microsoft Excel. I'm going to connect it to against SAC with the add-in. Okay, as you can see there, we are using the SAP Analytics Cloud add-in, and we are adding the model that we built up in Excel in SAC. Sorry. So here we can add all the measures. Okay, all the dimensions, all the timing, all our data model. But we are working in Excel. So for those of you that like to work in Excel, as you can see here, I'm going a bit deeper in the detail. I'm going to expand some of the hierarchies of the data. This is working, for example, here. I'm going to, let's say, fix a value here for January, let's say, for the marketing expenses. And as you can see here, these Excel calculations appear, helping me or trying to understand what I'm doing. For example, let's make some copy and paste. Okay, and also we can perform this copy and paste. Okay, this is very, very powerful, and this is what I would like to share with you. We come to an end on my side. I don't want to show you more anything else for today. Maybe we can have a discussion later, Gus.
Yes, sure. Thank you, Guille. That was very, very interesting.
You're welcome.
To what we have been discussing, and as you can see, there are a lot of things that we can work there in SAC planning, not just the planning phase. This allows you to create or build your own budgeting modeling, of course, considering different approach and different needs. And it's important that, or considering that, or based in our experience also, is that we have some recommendations for you to consider as this is okay. This is probably what I need, or this is something that I would like to have. But how do we start from here, or how can we start working with some of these solutions or tools? So first of all, or our first recommendation will be to start identifying like your pain point, and of course see how we can work and consider the different things that you would have to take into consideration to work on those processes and start from there. So you will probably have a lot. That's something that we came through a lot of times. But the important thing is you are able to start with these kind of solutions from different phases and different models. It's no need to install or to make an implementation from zero to everything. Okay, the good thing is the solution allows us to work on those pain points and be able to solve them, work on them with different phases and modules, and you can do it step by step. So for example, you can start first doing your income model in terms of what you want to define as an objective, for example, for your sales team or the rest of the company areas. And once you have everything there, then you can consolidate, or you can start linking all different models in just one big model. So this is a good thing, and you don't have to start from zero to everything, as I was mentioning before. And the other thing is, or we consider that it's important to be working with this kind of solutions to be accompanied by a partner that can help you to be on track, and then with the right solution and with some guidance and knowledge, you have been able to see that it's not complicated in terms of how you want to work with the solution and the possibilities that you have, with a solution of this kind that is less self-service. Okay, so you can work from there and start making your plan. You can also start making your analysis. You can work and create some forecasting and predictions, as well as Guillermo was showing us. So the important thing is you will have everything just ready there, so you can start playing, like we like to say, in terms of the different solutions that we can offer, considering this platform. Okay, the good thing is, and I believe that something that Guillermo was showing us at the end is, finally, it's important to select the platform or a tool that could be or make able to integrate different, not only a cloud solution, but also your spreadsheet. We know that in finance, there are a lot of people that would like to or love the Excel spreadsheet. So the good thing is that you can be able to continue working with your Excel, but having a powerful base or solution on the background. So that's a good thing in terms of the SAC planning solution and what we can achieve with that. Okay, so basically that was the presentation. I think that we are pretty good on time. So the idea is to open a Q&A session. So if you have some questions that you would like to fire now, we are ready. We already answered one that was there. I have another one here that said, can we send the new product planning, both master data and transactions plan data, to your ERP S4 system? Yes, I believe that if I'm not wrong, what you are mentioning is the retractions that you would like to do in terms of planning, of the planning phase. So you can either move information from your ERP, or it doesn't have to be SAP, of course, can be any ERP, but most commonly is SAP. You can pull the information from your sources to have the real time or the real KPIs in your platform, or use that information from the real statements to work and base your planning considering those values. But once you have the plan, you can also move that information back to your ERP. Okay, you can work and you can do that retraction directly in the system. You can configure that and move the information directly there. Yeah, I believe that that was the question. If not, just fire another one. Okay. We have here like another question. Let me check this one. It says, can I make forecasting and handle different versions of the budget? I believe we saw some of that, but Guillermo, can you tell us more there?
Sure. We of course we can handle some versions. Even we have this version management. So it's not just creating or adding versions, but switching among them, and also sharing versions. We have those two public versions and private versions for the team to work on. For example, I would like to make this planning, and I would be working on my own version, and then I can make it private at some point, or making it public. And then even we can have this to be the good version. We have some users that can be approvers, that can be set as approver within the tool. So we can handle this version, and of course, and adding this, we have the historic version we saw there. We can go backwards and onwards and see the tracking and what's done.
Yes, that's the good thing. We are not going to lose anything, so we know who made a mistake,
who did what, right?
Yeah.
We are searching for the guilty one, right?
Yeah, correct. That's right. Thank you, Guille. I have here another question. If, for example, we have different managers for each region of our company, and we need, is there a need to create different input templates or sheets to create or to load the information of our budgeting? Well, I can answer this one. It's not that technical. So basically, yes, of course, you can have like different user roles. We didn't get into that in this presentation because it could be a lot of things and we would need a lot of time. But you can manage different roles with a process flow and different tasks, and each person or each responsible will see just the information that corresponds to himself. Okay, so for example, if I have a manager for the Northeast region and another one for the South region, we will just have to create just one model with the different accounts or the different dimensions that we would like to use, but based on the security that we define, then the Northeast region manager will just see his information and the South manager will see her information. So there is no need to create separate templates. It will just be one template and you can manage that directly through security. Okay, I think that that covers it. One more question. Do I need to have different licenses if I want to use planning, or the analytics license is enough?
That sounds like one for me, Gustavo.
Yeah, that sounds like for the councils.
So there are two types of licenses, analytics and planning. So both license types have the same analytics and predictive capabilities. But the difference is the analytics license allows users to view planning outputs, but they can't make changes. So in order to conduct planning activities, yes, you do need a planning license, but they're both on the same platform. So if it's determined a user does need the ability to plan, you can enable that function right from your license.
Okay, great. Thank you, Cody, for the clarification. There is one more question here. Are you familiar with other cloud planning solutions? If yes, in comparison, what is the top strength of the SAC that business user appreciate? Yes, we know other cloud planning solutions, of course. The good thing, I believe, that of course there are some pros and cons in every kind of solution, but in this case there is a lot of things that you can work and not having to start from scratch. Okay, so basically there are some predefined models that you can start using, considering your needs, your requirements, and the line of businesses that your company corresponds to. So that's a good thing. The other good thing is, as I was mentioning, there is the good part of this is like you have SAP HANA on like the database or on the background. So the good thing is that you can process a lot amount of data and a lot of things that can be covered or that can perform better. Yes, Kishe.
Yes, good. Thank you. Now I would like to add.
Yeah, sure.
Some also planning solutions, but probably, well, just to be general, are planning solution, just planning solution. With SAC, you are not only planning, and you can have these BI capabilities that it's way much better, at least for me, because it's not only planning, but seeing what it's going to happen and what's happening. Or maybe sometimes you don't have these simulation scenarios, you only have these planning capabilities. Maybe they are kind of good, why not, depending on the solution. Of course, as Gustavo said, there are pros and cons in every solution, even probably for SAC, of course. But you have also these capabilities embedded in the same tool. And of course, the predictive. I really like how augmented analytics perform in SAC for these forecastings or on these smart insights in the business. It's very powerful to have all the planning settings above or below or whatever. You have this chart, and then you can go in the Smart Insight and see how the calculation is done, and see even deeper information or hidden, let's say, hidden information that you are not seeing. Probably you will never see if you don't spend time analyzing, and then the tool is like just with a click is making all the analysis in the model, in the data model, and retrieving you this business inside, not just data, but business,
Okay. Yes, Gishe, that's a very good point to complete that question. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not seeing any other questions. Let me just double check just in case. I'm seeing the chat. Okay, so this is so here comes our end presentation part. So the thing is, okay, here is some contact information from us where you can send us an email or how to get in contact with us. There is also the possibility we are going to open a Teams session after this. So in the chat there should have included the link that's there. Okay, so in case you would like to get some deeper information or you have any further questions that we didn't answer so far, please feel free to join us. We will just be waiting there. And of course, thank you everyone for your time. Cody, I don't know if you want to close this up.
Yeah, just again, thank you everybody for joining. This is I guess for everyone on the call, this is the first webinar of a series that we'll be conducting. So pretty much on a monthly basis. So just be on the lookout on LinkedIn and over email for our next session. We'll get that pushed out to everyone, and hope to see you back on the next session and hopefully talk to you in between as well. So thanks everybody.
Yes. Thanks, Cody. Our social media links are also in the chat, so you can follow us there to get the latest news. As and Cody was mentioning, the next one is going to be about Data Warehouse Cloud. So just be prepared that we are going to send some more information in the next week. Okay. Thank you everybody for your time. So we will be on Teams just in case anyone wants to contact us. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Cody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.